Good morning, Orcheza. We'll be starting in a minute. All right. Where are my earbuds? All right. What's this? What is this? All right. Okay, this is fun. Okay, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? I wouldn't be showing anything in here based on what practice showing us. It looked like this is looking for those highs. And this was my target for the long from here. Called it yesterday, I guess. This is where I tip it from the long I took from there. Alright, let me check, let me put the chat. Good morning, Maxime. Good morning, Ahmad. Good morning. How are you doing? So yeah, I'm a little bit nice. Oh, you see this right here? See what the Haliot says. Um, I don't even know what I'm looking at. Sorry, I was trying to fix my cats. So here's the story behind the fact that I'm late today. Um, I planned to make a stream earlier today based on the fact that I have a flight to catch later on. But what happened is my cats, there's two cats that live with me, and I had a third cat, and 2 years ago, this cat disappeared. And 15 days after the fact that he disappeared, I was like, okay, so he's probably dead because he was still a kitten, right? So yesterday afternoon, some woman calls me and stating that is she found my cat and they ID'd him and stuff. So I got the cats from yesterday at night at noon, I guess, and I had to do some checkup because there's cat already in my flat, just to know if the cat is safe to be with the rest of them because he had some missing pieces of um, how can I say that the yes, some sickness, some obvious sickness apparently. So yeah, I had to do this before I leave, and now we have to be sure that the cats gets along. Okay, um, now back to trading. How what can I say? This is just the drawing. You remember all of this, right? Remember, it's been few few weeks since we're here. We're talking about higher prices, right? Because the first swing, the one-to-one, is what we expect. On the second swing, it's powerful one, right? And it's a confirmation of the flip. So it's like the second time out. It's exactly the same thing. You have here first break, right there. We close up above. We come back in. If it was a lower time frame setup, I could have been the one being um, first tap back in, second one. I could have been the one doing this to whatever target based on this is just on the lower time frame, just a setup on the second timeout, on the lower time frame swings, you know. So so yeah, target field. Let me see if price is making swings coming up. But what's the news? This is news, right? Has to be. Let me check. Does anyone know what is this? What this is? 1% on gold. Bitcoin 1%. I didn't see any news. Okay. I thought this was news. When did this happen? 10:35. Straight up. But yeah, this is just the original playlist. Nothing much, right? It's just, you know, first swing, second higher time frame swing. Um, Price is making swing coming down into our levels, and then we watch the behavior of price around our levels, and we have, if I may, the classical rounding right here and a wick right there. And tanked also. Oh, did they? Okay. I'll check NQ later on, but there's probably something going on. Let me check. Let me put you on gold and check. And check financial juice. What? Nah. What's the we are EST, not GMT. 10 crude oil inventory. Yeah, that's the only news that went out with Twistars Yeah, 10:30 crude and volatility. That's it. The, but I don't know. I don't know how it is related to gold, and I have no idea. So let's read price action. I wouldn't be shorting any of this based on the velocity of price. Do you remember what we were talking about yesterday? We are talking about the fact that we like when price is coming to somewhere when we plan on doing something like finding an entry going the other way. We like for price to slow down coming up into our levels. It's not what price is doing here. What price is doing here currently is just sweeping something, giving a slight pullback. We not. You have a swing here on the 1 minute. Two swings for now. Say this, which is origin or whatever you want to call it, and this. None of this is a part of structure here. This is not either. Look like this is looking for this low, but I'm not looking for any shorts. If you have to look for a short, if you really want to short this coin today, you had to wait for us to get above here, at least, at minimum. Let me check if I have to. Yeah, wait for us to get above here. Allow me 1 second, please. All right. Yeah, beautiful price action. Expected, but beautiful price action. So price look like it's looking for the wick that's here. So I'm sorry, there's a lot of noise around me because I'm getting ready to go. Were you guys able to catch this move? Is there anyone here actually trading, or is it just for education? a nice wick. So, and if one of you happen to be in that trade, the way to manage it is to trail the low that did something. So here would be my stop if I was in the trade, if I was still in the trade, right? I mean, people are trading good, good. Alright. So this can develop a flat bottom. Is this a swing on the 1 minute at least? Yes, this is a swing on the 1 minute too. So on the 1 minute, we have now 3 swings coming up, and we're coming into a high. Let's see if we can find something. One man can change the world. So we still need a close above. We ain't got no close. You know, for us to count this as a swing, but the close is coming, right? Up to you, the pretty girl, that's pretty and everything. So you see where we were looking for setup. I mean, for price to get some velocity to get above here. Slightly early, got stopped at break even, was able to take that trade, and then I was watching price at around midnight, around Asia and stuff, and I was like, oh, so this is the low, and this would be the higher low, but we didn't break the high that's here, right? So we end up, what price end up doing, it flipped the 1 minute here, the flip is here, right? Come up and close, then get below this to get the toilet paper people out, like the first two longs, the first people that jump in and think this is the end to get up here, which is beautiful, right? See, like here, price is doing something that looks like we'd be looking for some lows before going higher. It looked like it, but am I looking in that direction as of yet? When I say that direction, is this one, and the answer is no, because I only have 2 swings coming up, maybe a third one here. Oh yeah, there's a third one on my own. Yeah. So this is the third swing. My love for you will be gone. And let's see what price does, but it looks like rounding into obvious weak into, you know. And what do we know? We know also that price have makes a zone on top of the previous range to be able to liquidate it when it comes back down to it. Let's see what happened on previous price action. Yeah. See this low made that high. There's a zone here that could be considered the zone at the top of the range. We got above, get below it, deeper mitigation, come back up. In the coming up, you have the zone at the top of the range, which is here. All of this actually, but this, we tap back into it. So price still reacts to that zone. I wouldn't be trying long that zone from here, right? But the price still reacts to it and then get below it as the zone at the top of the range is meant to be liquidated. Yeah. So this, I'm not shorting, but this could be the making of our zone at the top of the range before we break the high. And we know that when price, if price heads back down, most of the time he has to liquidate that one, right? Oh yeah. Oh, my love for you will be gone. I will fix the pain. I will fix the pain. That's beautiful. My love. Let me see what happened on Q. Yeah, that's expected out of NQ based on what we discussed earlier, which is the swing count on this leg on the higher time frame. Those around those circles are my swing count, as in for the larger swing on the higher time frame. And I think NQ is due for a pullback. This might be around the, don't wait on it. Might be looking for either here. This is an obvious way, but then you got one there too. This looks likely, in my opinion. We will see. So I'd expect from the lower portion, this portion right here, I'd expect a bounce of price, like slight pullback, something. Based on the fact, and this would be just the making of the zone at the bottom of the range before the break, but I'm expecting us to go below here in the end. But yeah, I'd expect a trade to show up from here. Maybe some 1-to-1 something after the sweep. Wow. No, that's a big window. Yeah. I was expecting this higher, to be honest, after the sweep of the high or something. But yeah, price can fail here. The only thing that's allowing us to be looking on that side is our swing count on that leg. We're above the third one. That's it. Let's see how this goes, right? Is this a break? Yeah, there is a flip here. On the 1 minute, there's a flip because here's the. Let me check. Yeah, it's closing above. Closing below that low is a flip. Let's see if price. What I expect from price is to keep going that way, but if price fails in here, we can see some lows. But I expect for price to keep going up, right? The only thing is this. Let's see if price come into here and get down. If it does that, um, I'm wrong about what I thought price would do on the higher time frame, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, still expecting higher prices, even though we got a flip here. It's a flip at top of the range just before it is before taking the high. Can just be, remember, this can just be the making of the zone at the top of the range, but I don't like the how this candle closed. This is like 15 minutes, and this might lead us to some lows. We see. See that flat candle here? Look like a likely target for continuation. It's how you let me go. All right, so you're still here, or shares. The news seems to be related to Trump likeliness to fire Powell. Like, it appears that Trump doesn't want Powell to be sitting as the chair, as the Fed chair. So the huge move here was on that news, but the news just fueled price, so we have speed out of it, but the news didn't change anything in itself, you know. So yeah. Let me check. Let me put the chat. Yes, I was just looking at Forex Factory. Okay, I understand, but yeah, this is some kind of flash news. There's no, it's not the regular one that's on Forex Factory and stuff. It's just I find that info on Twitter right now. All right. All right. So remember the thing um, so as for me, I expect price to go above here. What price is showing is that if it fails in here, we still get below. But I expect price to still shooting up above here. Doesn't mean that I'm taking any longs out of this. I don't know if you remember or if you check Twitter at this time, but yesterday I was saying like one more low, which is this one. So that we'll get below that low, and then this target. Let me can I have the tweet? All right. Let's see what price does. All right. So yeah, I would not show this, but this is me. I wouldn't be showing this before we get above a high. I could be wrong because I remember that we are tapping back into this. Oh, look at me, I'm wrong. Hey, that's fine. Nice. Ooh. What did I miss? Wow, that's a slick shot. Is it what I think it is? So now we have this down move. The second swing that's here, and this for me would have been the third swing, and up above here I would be able to short and stuff, you know. But my rules, this is as for the higher time frame, right? Looking for a higher time frame short. As for the lower time frame, the rules are met because we have 1, 2, and we're above the third swing, which is here. This is this down move. That's the third swing in my eyes, right? So we come up above, close. This is a shallow close, but doesn't matter. And trade it below. Tap back in at the 30%, and give this nice shot. Just and now we end up being in this TBR right here. Let me see if I can find something in this. Yeah, still expect higher. Not really feeling in sync with price today. I mean, what I expected from yesterday's stream happened, right? But yeah, I was way more willing onto waiting for us to take the high before trying anything on this side. Try and filter out the noise. Wow. see this on the 15 minute. I was stating that the sweep of the previous candle and, and how it closed, even though I was looking for price to still go that way for a little bit, price came down, took the low of that candle. This is the tap back into whatever imbalance that's here, likely looking for another low. Oh, the 1 hour is ugly. This is how it closed. So we still there's still a body of above, right? There's still a body of above, but what a week. But there's still a body. I thought this candle wasn't able to put a body up above the previous one on the 1 hour. It did, but it's a shallow one. Oh, let me get rid of the seal. Right, so on the way down, what do we have? We have one swing here, a second swing there. I wouldn't. How it looks, I wouldn't went long from this. I don't. You will realize by watching it talk about price that most of the time I don't like inside structure. I like price to get to the outside structure, so above the structure. It could be on the lower time frame. So if I, let's say I'm looking at the larger swing, that's why I'm saying above this one, right? But it could be on the lower time frame. It works too. So there's structure here, and then if I had let's say tweet for swing on the lower time frame coming up into that high. Once we take that high, it's the same thing that this one, right? And then I would have been looking on the other side, but not here to go there, which is what it felt like looking at this. But there is some trust issues between for me, because I had a flip right there. You can just flip most of the time. This. Alright. Alright. So, as I was stating before, based on the fact that we are on, this is one, two, this is the third swing forming in, right? If price indeed fails in here, we can see that low and potentially this one. But what I was expecting is for us to get up above here and for me to be able to find scalp short from up there. But what do I know? Price went up fast, straight to the target that I had initially, which is this. I talked about this on Twitter in a Twitter post like 22 hours ago or something like this. Yeah. So we had the nice rounding. You see those high right there into wicks rounding. There's a wick here. There's one there too, right? Well, price is just running down now. I find that use whipsaw move how to trade where price move more in 15 minutes than it has the last couple of 24-hour period. Um, yeah, it can be disturbing. That's why you have to be able to have a plan beforehand, and so the speed doesn't scare you. That's it. If you don't, stay away from it and wait until you see something clear so you can plan before you act on it. That's the best advice I can give you about this, I guess. So if this moves down below here, this won't even be a swing on the 1 minute. This does not, because another part of structure didn't come above that candle. Yeah, I really wasn't expecting this. I mean, I was expecting this part, this one right here. Clearly was expecting it, called it, but this one right there? No. But we have a pretty clear flip here and a retest, right? On the 1 minute. If I can say that much. I'm looking at ETH on the second, on the same monitor actually, just on another window, but I was expecting it to go lower few days ago. It didn't. Finally, it seems bound to top of the range now. Bound to go there. We'll see. What is this? But you see where this nice move comes from? It comes from the lower part of the of price that sent us up above something, which is a flip on the higher time frame actually, but yeah. And then we come back and tap the TBR that's here. That share the first swing, the first higher time frame swing. Share with this. I'm not doing anything on this leg of price. My only the condition for me to take do something is for us to get below this low, so we get the third swing, and since we traded and closed above that high, there's high here you would say, but above that high, not above this one but above that high, I can still try and find some scalp longs, but I need the third move down to be formed. Actually, this is not actually a swing on the 1 minute. This would be on the 30-second, but it's not actually a swing on the 1 minute, since we then trade up above the last candle that has put in low, which is the 11.55. I'm sorry, and I need to sneeze a bit good. So we have some Ahmad, sir, is it not the lowest down candle? So is it not the lowest down candle is used to validate low? The lowest down candle, but what? Which one is the lowest down candle here? What do you mean? Uh, what what I understand you meant is do we have to trade above the lowest down candle to be able to validate a low or high? That's I mean, look, this thing here. See that candle is putting in low, the 1146. We come up and trade up above, right? And then down below, which makes this a swing on the time frame we are watching. What's important here is that you understand that what I'm saying is on the time frame we are watching. This here, if price comes from here or fail here and gets straight below there, is not a swing. It's not a part of structure on the time frame we are currently watching. Yes, it is on the lower time frame and stuff, but it's basically we would need to trade up above here and then down below here in order to say that this is a swing on the time frame we are currently watching. Let me read. As we have 1203 lowest down, so we need to close above it. What this? Saying this here? Yeah, but how is this putting in a low? You're right that there's a body below the low of this candle, but for me it's protected by the wick that's here. It just because this is not putting a low in itself. It's this is the high, there's the low. We swept the low, we came back in. This high that's here, that's not a part of structure as of yet. Put a low above the lowest point, below sure below the close but above the lowest point, and then we start to go up. In my opinion, we have to go above this and then below this to be able to have a new swing. Could be wrong. I'll check myself out, but this is how I view it. It's a while now. This is how it's been taught to me, I guess. Unless I'm my brain dysfunction since yesterday, but this is why it's been taught to me. Hmm. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. No problem, Ahmed. I need to populate my groups. Da, 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 da. Microphone might be too close. Okay, there's not much going on here. Um, so I'm not long in anything here. As I was saying before, because I'm gonna end the stream soon. As I was saying before, based on what we have here, first swing, second swing, I was expecting this, but I was expecting it for us to go up above here, which price doesn't have to do. If price ends up failing here, we can see that low and that low, right? But I was expecting higher prices. Before the session, not before the session, yesterday evening, was it? It was yesterday at midday, I guess. Yes, noon. Um, I was saying that after this trade, I'm expecting one more low before we get to this point. Um, price end up giving us the trade. Here there's a miss. There's a miss for me because I was seeing the setup, but because I like it to form up above the last high, I didn't participate in it because I was like, yeah, this might probably be the zone at the top of the range that we're forming in order for us to get up above. But I'm not. I don't like to trade this really much unless I see something really clear to go up and certainly not to go down while I think price should keep going up. But um, no props to me. I already had one, two, and this was the third swing. So I was able, once we get above here, to start counter trending, right? I was able, but I was like, yeah, no, it's not yet time and stuff, and all that story that I told myself. But it's fine. So yeah, we'll see what price will do with this. Once we get below here, I can try and find some more longs, even though if we do, I think we probably get below this. But I'm able to find the next move going up. And try and find, and if I do, when I do, just find something in the previous range that's look likely as a target, not a high or a low. That's it. Because to be totally honest, I don't really understand why we stopped here instead of up above. Yeah. So yeah, this is what I see for now. Have a good day. See you. See you later on the group, right?